Hey yo, it's Stephanie Arnold here, and I wanted to talk about a minute the fear of people, as weird as that sounds. So one thing that I've learned in my own journey of confidence is that no one is born with confidence. I used to kind of look at people who I thought were confident and think, wow, like, you were born that way. Like, I'm just not like that. I just can't speak in front of a crowd. I just can't go out and introduce myself. I just can't say those kinds of things. And I used to believe that confidence was something that you just had or you didn't have. And I have learned that confidence is not something you're born with. And confidence is really just conquering fear and worry. And what's really interesting is I've also learned that you can be confident in certain areas and totally insecure in others, right? You can be completely confident in your parenting style, but you can be totally insecure about your body. You can be confident in your health and fitness and be insecure in having real life conversations with real people. So once I recognized that, I realized, okay, I am confident in certain areas of my life, and then there's others that I'm not confident in. And for me, one area that I am not confident in, let me correct that word language. In the past, an area that has been a trouble spot for me and has challenged me is a fear of people. And it took me forever to recognize this. But man, I try to lean into it when I feel that fear, and today I failed, and I wanted to recognize that because I was just at the grocery store, which I don't even like to do anymore because it's always packed. It doesn't matter what day of the week it is. I love the service where you can just have the groceries delivered, and Amazon Prime, all of those fabulous things. But I went to the grocery store, and there was a guy out front selling something, and I didn't even know what it was. But he had a table set up front, and I kind of like blew him off on my way in, like, oh yeah, I'll catch you on the way out. And I noticed like he was selling something, and I kind of like avoided eye contact with him, just kind of like blew him off a little bit. And then on my way back out, I was like, oh crap, I said that he would be here. I said that I would catch him on the way out. And so 100%, I grabbed my cell phone, held it to my ear, and pretended I was on a conversation. Pretended I was on the phone so I could ignore him, and I just walked right by him. And I am so embarrassed. And I stayed on that phone yelling at myself, like, Stephanie, why did you do this? Like, I was talking to me as I'm walking through the parking lot, way past him now. I stayed on the phone. Nobody could see me now but me. And I was like, I can't believe you just did that to that human being. And I think that it was a really good reminder that I still have a fear of people sometimes. And I think, a part of that, like, we don't like, not we, in the past, I've had trouble saying no to salespeople, and it's so dumb. Like, if it's not something that I want, I can say no, and I don't have to feel guilty or bad about it. And he wasn't trying to hide anything. He was obviously trying to sell something, and I didn't give him the time of day, and I feel like garbage for that. So I just kind of wanted to share this little moment with you because I want you to recognize that people that you look at that have confidence is in specific areas, right? And we have, like, as soon as you recognize it, like, I can recognize now, I still have a fear of people, and it makes me insecure sometimes to look people in the eye, and I avoid eye contact in public sometimes, and I need to lean into that fear so I can talk to people with confidence and compliment people and be real, and I do it sometimes. But then sometimes I still back away and let that fear just control me. So it is an area of growth for me. And so I just kind of wanted to document that because I think it's important. So if you also struggle with a fear of people, I want to challenge you to lean into that fear and love people. Just love people. They're just humans. That poor guy, I feel like I want to go back now and give him a hug. Like, I feel like I owe him that. I hope that he's there next week when I go back to the grocery store and I can give him a hug. So that's my moment. I hope you learned something from me and my mistakes, as always. Love you guys.